Hey, what's up? Today I'm working on this project for my club at the college. It's the Graphic Arts Association Club. I believe I said that right. I hope I did. We are trying to do a event. We're hosting a table at one of the Comic Cons coming up, and we wanted to do a yokai of St. Louis. So we all chose a place from around St. Louis, a theater, or we chose a yokai that came from Japan that migrated over to St. Louis, or to the States, whatever. But we're specifically choosing St. Louis for all our places, and we haven't really decided on what event calls the yokai to come. We just know that they're here, and for my for my drawing, I kind of did two. We were supposed to do one, but I did two. And for this one that you're seeing is the Stifle Theater, formerly known as the Peabody Theater. Oh my gosh, that was bad. Formerly known as the Peabody Theater. It was the what is it? Well, it's not was. It's more of it's still a theater that people can still go to. And it's not a haunted theater. It doesn't have any ghost stories that I know of. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Either way, I chose this place, and I wanted to I just wanted to have fun with redesigning it, because I thought of this place as being a safe haven for all yokai. So, for the neutral yokai that didn't want to harm anybody, or yokai that just wanted to relax for a minute, it's kind of like Switzerland, this place. As long as you don't hurt anybody or cause any trouble in the theater, then you're in safe hands. Like, no one can harm you. It's like, what is it? Oh, it's like the Continental from John Wick. Yeah, so as long as you're inside the Continental or the Stifle Theater, then nothing is going to happen to you. So the theater itself has like the front face that is the normal theater, and then it has in the yokai realm, it turns into the theater I designed. And on the outside, it has the statues of the founders. So when I did my research, it was, hang on, I think I got a piece of my paper. It was, oh God, what are these names? But I'm going to try not to butcher these. Louis La Bumy and Eugene S. Klein, who created the Stifle Theater. That used to be the Peabody Theater. There were a couple other names. It was also named after a mayor for a minute. But yeah, this theater is old, and lots of musicians played there, lots of events played there. So it's just like, this place is gonna be pretty cool. This place is pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of history here, and just a lot of stuff to, just, it's been around for a good minute, that it has its own presence, its own atmosphere. Like, people respect it. So it's like, this would be a great place for to make a yokai story. So the story was that the lady Osaka Behime, she is a yokai, or a legend, or a folktale. To be honest with you, I don't know. They all tend to blend together when you're not from the Japanese culture a little bit. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know it's one of those three. And it is that she was a clairvoyant for Osaka Castle, and she would tell the ruler what was going to happen in the future for the castle, and she would only tell it once a year. So after a while, somewhere in her lore, she after the castle like empties, or whatever happens to the castle, I forgot, she gets immortality and then decides to go traveling, and she comes across the Stifle Theater that was formerly named the Peabody, or it was back, I think it was, this theater was made, if I'm looking at it right, 1936. Yes. So way back when the theater was made, the two guys who are making it, Lewis and Eugene, they're kind of building the theater. They're just hoping it goes well. But just to give it a little extra look, they infuse their blood into all of the cement and stones and all the plankings and woods and stuff to try to boost the boost the popularity of the theater. Just the extra little icing on top of it. And when Osaka Beakelahime comes, she sees that they're pouring their essence into it and realizing that this place is going to be a big place. So she uses her power. She goes into an agreement with the two to use her power of clairvoyance to help bolster the theaters, even to make it even grander. So that's making it, the theater that lasts the test of time and always has additions added to it. Because it had a couple additions added to it over the years, because it wasn't fully completed. It was, and then they made additions to make it bigger or have more accommodations. You know how renovations go. So she agrees to help them. They agree to accept her, and she they add her name. They combine the three of their names, so that way you get the Beakelahime Theater. This is what I named it for the yokai version, because you have to give this theater a name, or else it's just yokai theater, and it could have been like 100 of those when the yokai migrated in our club's world lore. So I wanted to yes, that's the theory. I mean, not the theory, that's the lore behind this place. So that's why it's so popular. That's why it has this yokai realm where all the yokai can show up. That's why they have the 3 statues of the founders there. Let's see. The one in the left side is Lewis, and then the other one with the money is Eugene. They didn't really have too many accurate pictures of what they looked like online that I could find. I could have just been looking in the wrong places, but I just made some designs for them real quick sketch. There has to be a money man, and there has to be a guy who's like doing the construction work. So, and then in the center is Osaka Beakelahime. So yeah, aside from that, like for the design of the theater for the yokai realm, I tried to incorporate Japanese design on top of keeping some of that architecture from the actual building itself. I wanted to have the yokai version have more of that Japanese design, because the human realm version that you normally see at a Stifle Theater that you can see all the time looks very American. So yokai realm, I wanted to give that tree that they always use, that it's always for sealing off. I don't know if it's usually for sealing, but maybe it's used for sealing, and I know it's used for shrines and things like that. They always have this rope that's there. I didn't put the little flags in. I really should have. I forgot about that, but it's okay. It's for a card. The smaller, it'll be small enough already. It's gonna be, we don't know what size it's gonna be, but we know it's gonna be like a playing card size. So if we're lucky, it's gonna be the size of a tarot card. If not, it'll be the size of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. But let's see, where was I? So I have the tree there. I also have the stones that have this kind of the rope that goes all the way around the building. That way it's just like for the people who go through this rope, if they like know the way to get into the yokai realm, they'll see where the edge of the yokai of the building ends. And so that way, like once you step across these lines, you're inside the safeguards of the Beakelahime Tower. I mean Beakelahime Theater. So I made sure I had that rope there. I wanted to incorporate the trees. I gave the black lines. I liked the flow that I gave it because I wasn't sure how to adjust the what is it? God, the word. I know the word. The concrete. No. The bricks. There we go. Bricks. I knew it. I knew I could do English. Yes. The bricks. So I didn't know how to truly draw the bricks. So I decided to use those black wooden slabs to kind of give it movement and motion, and then try to, pencil in the bricks to give it a textury feel to the building. As you can see, I threw the traditional Japanese tiles at the top of at the edges of the roof, so that way it has that feeling that it's of an Eastern culture. And I also had fun doing the tree. Like, the tree was the most fun part doing, because this whole thing is a mixture of painting and of line art. So doing the tree, I was able to use my texture brushes and just knock that tree out of the park. That for the leaves of the tree, it was the most fun I've had, being able to experiment with my texture brushes. And then for the tree itself, I was able to look back at some of my older studies and then do the painting on top of for the tree itself, so that way it had this accurate look to the tree, yet still felt like it belonged. It still, that had this accurate look to the tree. Let's see. But yeah, aside from that, I really had fun. And then I did the colors for the yokai realm. I mean, for the building itself. With it being in the yokai realm, I thought of blues and purples. I was thinking of trying to do gold earlier at the first, but it didn't seem to really fit my idea of it. The purple and the blues just really scream like a spiritual world. You don't think of these colors being natural to the human world, and it worked out really well. But yeah, in the next video, I'm gonna do the painting for Beakelahime, so that you guys can see what she looks like in her full glory. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching the video. Peace.